And we have light. Woo! Awfully close. Giving it away. Hello, those watching the replay. So happy that you are here. Thanks for watching the replay. And if you are watching the replay, let me know. I would love to know. Just say hello, watching replay. And of course, for all those watching the replay, at any time you can ask me a question, or I would love to hear your comments on things that you are going through in this phase of life. What, for those jumping on, hello, hello. What phase are you in? Is it perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause? Where are you on this midlife journey? So perimenopause is when you still have your period. So if you have finished your period, you're menopause or postmenopause, basically. That's what it is. But say hello when you come on and let me know where you are living right now and what phase of life you're in. Are you perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause? Let's chat. That helps me to help you too. If I know, because it is specific, there are different things for different phases that you are in, right? Just refresh. And I'm just going to post that I'm on live. Let people know that I'm on live, and then they can refresh if you don't see me. It's a colder day here. I'm like, and it's July. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know what it feels like right now. Wherever you are, I hope it's nice and warm and sunny, because it's not that here. Okay. Well, so happy to have you here, Tammy. I see you're the one on. And happy Canada Day to fellow Canadians that are out there. I'm not celebrating anything because there's nothing going on. I am happy I'm a Canadian. I have to say that. Like, and where I live on Vancouver Island, for those of you who don't know, I live on an island off of the coast of Vancouver Island. Vancouver, the city Vancouver. So Canada altogether, right? Vancouver's on the far west coast. There's an island where there's lots of islands off the coast of the actual city Vancouver. So I'm on its own island. It's called Vancouver Island. It's an island. And it's quite big, but I live on that island. So I have to take a ferry to get to Vancouver. So I actually live on one of the islands. A lot of people get that confused, but that's where I live. I love it. It's a rainforest, extremely beautiful here. Warmest place in Canada, although it's still not super warm, but it's the warmest place I can go in Canada. So that's why I'm here. Hi, menopause, new issue, belly fat, never had it. Well, you don't have your period anymore, Tammy? If belly fat's just new for you now, that's pretty good. I got it in perimenopause is when I got it. So that's what we're going to be talking about. You might have some insights that'll help you. All right. And you can ask questions, Tammy. If you have any special questions you want to ask about you as we go along, make sure to ask those questions, okay? And anybody in the replay, tag me. Just put my name, ask your question, or a comment or whatever, and make sure to tag me, and then I will come back later and answer it, okay? Because this is really important. Like, you don't know what you're not doing right? Like, sometimes it feels like I'm doing everything right. I'm eating healthy. I'm doing this. I don't know what's wrong. When I went through perimenopause and started gaining the weight, I was a yoga instructor. I was a personal trainer working one-on-one in a private studio. I was doing tons of exercise. I was doing my own training. Mountain biking, trail running, kayaking. I was doing all of that. So I knew it had to be the food. I knew it had to be the food because I'm like, I'm exercising like crazy. I'm doing everything I can. Oh my God, I'm already eating healthy, but I did kind of get an idea of what I'm eating. Maybe what I'm eating is part of the issue. And so when I really began to read and research and found out what was going on, that really made a difference. So what I want you guys to do is, I see more people are on. What phase are you in? Perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause? What is going on with you? Have you just started gaining weight? And do you have any questions about that? So, okay. Well, I'm going to talk about the 6 mistakes. There's more. I just picked 6 out of number. So I'm going to talk about some things that I've noticed with working with women for years and helping hundreds of women lose weight in menopause, in midlife when they couldn't lose it before, okay? Stress is there's no order. One of the things is stress, okay? Is not decreasing your stress. So thinking that I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all these things, but I still can't lose weight. And then I usually ask a few things. One of them is, what's the stress like in your life? And they will say, well, I'm pretty stressed here and I'm really busy and da 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 da. But there's nothing I can do. That's just the way life is and I can't change anything and it's just the way it is. And if I work one-on-one with someone where I get to know them really well, I find out that basically the way they're living their life right now, what they're putting up with, and the stress level is usually the thing that's causing the problem. The food is easy. The food is so easy. It is your life. So stress, not decreasing stress by saying, I don't have time to decrease my stress. I don't have time to do anything like that. There's nothing I can do about my stress. I have to do this. I have to do that. All of those things. So you're not making time for you to do stress reduction practices, even little ones throughout your day. That's number one. Number two is your mindset. All or nothing attitude. We're going to talk about the food. I'm going to tell you where you go wrong with the food. That is coming. Absolutely. Mindset. So if you are doing the diets and you're trying different ways of eating and you're doing all that and you're exercising like crazy, but if you're not changing you within yourself, working on what is really blocking me, what are my stories and excuses, habits, ways of being that contribute to me continually keeping this weight on and not losing it, right? It's always more mindset than anything else. There's always a reason why you're not actually following through. There's always a reason why you give up or you sabotage. There's always a reason why you emotional eat and stress eat, right? So all of those things are also, I put them under mindset. Those are all things that if you're not working on changing within yourself, you will not get the weight loss. You will not. So thinking that I just need to change what I eat to get the weight loss is a big mistake. Yes, starting with what you eat is extremely important. But if you don't make any other changes in your life, you'll continually revert back to what you've done when life gets hard or when you get stressed or when you get emotional or when something happens, okay? So two, mindset, and I linked that all or nothing attitude. Feeling, okay, I'm going to start eating healthy. And so believing that you need to eat healthy and perfect every single day. And there comes a day and you eat a meal and you don't eat good and you get down on yourself, you get mad, you figure out I failed, I might as well give up, I might as well eat cake for the rest of the day, French fries, whatever. That's the all or nothing attitude. Or believing I can't start healthy eating yet. I can't start because this in my life isn't ready. I'm not ready. This isn't the way it should be. So you're always waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect day, that perfect week to start. That's perfectionism too. Never going to work. Never going to work. You start to make healthy choices now, each moment, every day you recommit to yourself. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Emotional eating and eating when bored. This is a big one that will trip you up. This is still under mindset. Not seeing that that's what you're doing and then not working on it, right? Like going or saying, I'm an emotional eater. I eat when I'm bored and I'm an emotional eater. That's just what I am. The I am statement is so powerful. That means you must be that way because that is your identity. When you say I am the person who, you just claimed that to be you. Therefore, you must continue that. So when you would say that, you're like, I am now releasing the need to eat when I'm emotional. I am now releasing the need to eat when I'm stressed. I am now learning new ways to handle my stress. I am now learning and putting into effect ways to handle my emotions so that I don't eat. You see what I mean? Words are so powerful. So mindset, huge, huge one. That's why in every single one of my programs, the mindset is really big part of it. Except for the Where to Start program. That's mainly all food. And also, here's one under mindset you don't want to change. I have people say when I ask a question, they'll say, I don't want to give up the foods I love. The foods that cause the weight gain, they don't want to give them up. So if you don't want to give them up, you're not going to give them up even for a little while, then you're not going to make the change, right? Change doesn't happen if you don't change. That's just a fact. You can want to lose weight all you want, but it's not going to happen if you're not willing to make a few changes in your life and to actually work on the inner you, right? Become the person who eats healthy consistently, becomes the person who does preps and plans and makes those healthy foods and loves healthy food and all that, right? And also that values your health. And then you think it would be too hard. Here's another mindset one. It's going to be too hard. I'm going to have to be in the kitchen for hours. You guys, I am not in the kitchen for hours, nor have I ever done that. I have eaten healthy even as a single mom when I was raising my daughter. It does not have to take hours. It's all your big story. And I keep things really simple. And I show you how to do that in my programs, okay? So number 3, what you eat. Now we're talking about the food. I know you guys are interested in knowing what foods cause the midlife weight gain. What foods help your body to release the weight. Let me know if you're confused about food. Comment in the comments. Let me know if you are confused about the food. Are you confused about the food in midlife? And do you have any questions about the food? Has led to more anxiety. So ready for a chance to change the cycle. Been binge watching. Oh, I'm so happy you've been binge watching my videos, Kim. Thanks. On YouTube, I'm guessing, right? Yes. Anybody else? Are you confused about the food? Do you think you're eating healthy but still can't lose the weight and so you're not sure what's going on? Let me know in the comments. I want to see your comments before I talk about the food. You guys got to participate. Let's get it going. Are you confused about the food? Is the food your thing or is there another thing? Let me know. Because I'm going to tell you about the foods. But first of all, I want to hear if the foods are real. Yes, the foods. Okay. Anybody else? What's tripping you? Good. Not sure how to say your name, Ilkaj. That's such a cool name, but ooh, that's a hard one. So the food. What is the number one food? Hi, Laura. What is the number one food that you guys eat that you're not sure of? Are there some foods that you're like, I don't know? Let me know in the comments because I can help you with the food. So let me know you're eating something, but you're not sure. I always hear we need more protein. Thank you, Diane. I'm going to cover that one exactly. Anyone else? What else have you heard? What are you confused about? Like what foods exactly? Like is there some sort of food where you're like, I'm eating this, I think it's healthy, but maybe it isn't, or maybe it actually causes weight gain? Last I tried Weight Watchers. Oh, good God, Weight Watchers. And came to this revelation, can't eat. No. Weight Watchers is not the program for midlife women. I'll tell you that right now. Not at all. Yeah, so you definitely can't eat like you did in your 20s, 30s, and even early 40s. Absolutely 100%. Your body processes carbohydrates differently. I'm not talking about broccoli. I'm not talking about asparagus. I'm not talking about cauliflower. I'm not talking about peas. I'm not talking about vegetables, you guys. Okay? Macros. Oh, good God. Yeah. In a way. Yes. So true. Right, Kim? Oatmeal. Bananas. Grapes. Brutal. Oatmeal is one of the things that I hear. Protein shakes, which means almond milk or nut milk and protein powder in the morning. That's another one I hear. Right? That's huge confusing. Yeah, that's right. No protein shakes. No. Well, I'll tell you how to make them. Ooh, yeah, no meat and no potatoes, I'll tell you that. Yeah, acidic versus alkalinity. Absolutely. Yeah, look up alkaline foods, look up acidic foods. You want to eat way more alkaline foods. Fruit not on its own. If you are eating fruit, you want to have fruit cut up only in the morning, mixed with chia gel. Okay? Or put in your smoothies. Because fruit on their own is pretty much pure sugar to your body during this phase of life, even if it has the fiber, you guys. I know, it's crazy. Even if it has its fiber. Same with oatmeal. Oatmeal's full of fiber. But it's seen as pure sugar in basically. Your body sees it as sugar, puts it to fat. Lentils, beans, anything like lentils or beans, potatoes, rice, even brown rice, any of the starchy carbohydrates, your body processes more like a sugar during this phase of life, and it goes right to fat, okay? Yes, I'll tell you how to have your smoothies. So organic pea protein is good, but it can cause a lot of bloating and uncomfortableness. So Kim, just notice, is it causing you to feel bloated and uncomfortable? One mistake that's made in midlife is too much focus on protein. Too much focus on protein. You know what is the actual food that your hormones need, so your glands, so that they can produce the hormones, is minerals. I want you to write that down. I'm serious. It is not protein. It is minerals. Minerals, 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 trace minerals, minerals. Okay? That is what your hormones need, you guys. That's what your glands need. I mean, every cell in your body. Yes, we need amino acids, which are the building blocks to protein. So every food has amino acids, right? Amino acids are the building blocks for protein. But if you don't have enough minerals, pretty much nothing's going to work properly in your body. Minerals are also high alkaline, which means they help fight off disease. They help your body detoxify. They help your immune system. Without enough minerals and trace minerals, it's harder to balance your body. And as well, you're not as healthy. So when the problem is when the focus is just on protein, and I see this all the time in midlife for women, because you're not actually working with someone who has the understanding of the hormones. So a personal trainer will put the focus on protein. Anybody in their 20s, 30s, maybe early 40s for weight loss, or we'll talk about make sure you're getting these protein drinks and these protein things and lots, and decrease your starchy carbs. Starchy carbs decrease, yes, but we forget to talk about what you need to increase. Okay, here's the big thing. Yes, decrease starchy carbohydrates, but you need to increase, and I mean increase, I mean more than you've ever eaten in your whole entire life, ever, vegetables and greens. Those are where you receive the biggest nutrient value. And there's things like good fats too. So you need your good fats. Absolutely. You really need your good fats in midlife, because that is also what helps your glands produce the hormones properly. If you don't have enough good fats, your body's not going to come into better balance. It's just not going to function. So you need way more minerals and trace minerals, and you need way more good fats, and you need way less starchy carbohydrates. And the one thing that you can have is yams, the orange yams. That is fine. And squash, like squash, orange yams and squash. But I would say greatly. So if somebody's vegan, they have a really hard time in midlife because they are so focused on the beans, the lentils, the rice, all of that. Quinoa is okay. So that's a good thing. Buckwheat is okay. Millet is okay, right? So there's certain things. So it's just about like learning to eat a bit differently. Fruits, first thing in the morning, combined with a good fat like chia gel. No, not sweet potatoes. They must be yams. Sweet potatoes are far too high in sugar. So if your sweet potatoes in the US are bright orange, those are yams. And yams are okay. But sweet potatoes, if they're that white or kind of pale yellow, those are the ones you want to stay away from because they're very high in sugar and they will go right to fat. So for your smoothie really can be like water. I like frozen pineapple. Mango's a bit too sweet, a bit too sugary. You can use some grapefruit. You can use a little bit of cucumber, some fresh greens like romaine, kale, spinach, Swiss chard, like any of those fresh greens, okay? Even leaf lettuce is fine if that's all you have. And then chia gel, you want to add some good fats in your smoothie. You want to have a balanced meal in your smoothie. So if you have too much fruit, it's too high in sugar. Carrots are fine, yeah. And beets are great, right? So beets are fantastic. Cooked raw, shred your beets, grate them into your salads. Great beets, great carrots. Put them in your salads every single day, all the time. Okay. So you really want to focus on minerals. You can even look up what foods are high in minerals and then just eat way less of the starch. Yeah, cruciferous vegetables, good question. So if you have a thyroid problem, then you would eat your cruciferous vegetables a little bit less raw. You wouldn't have that much raw, like maybe a bit of cabbage in your salads. And then you would cook your broccoli, cook your cauliflower, saute your kale. And in your smoothies, you could have things like romaine lettuce and spinach, which are not cruciferous vegetables. Yeah. So you would do that. But yeah, definitely, if someone has a thyroid problems, it's like you would have, so the thing is they say limit. Don't let them say no cruciferous vegetables, because that's crazy. That's not true. Cruciferous vegetables, you would eat them more cooked than raw. And you would eat, like, so for you to have too much, you'd have to have like huge amounts of broccoli every single day. Or most people don't eat that much, right? So you would look at also having some of your other vegetables and not just focusing on having broccoli every day or cauliflower every day, right? So you just have more of a variety of vegetables. If you're, hi Bonita, how you guys doing? Yeah, any other types of food you guys are questioning, you're uncertain about? So your smoothie, I have videos online on my YouTube about smoothies. There's so many, so just ask about any foods if you have any questions, okay? So what you have in the morning is extremely important. Warm water with lemon. You can add fresh ginger root if you want. You can add a pinch of cayenne if you want. That's fine too. But you want to start your day with lemon water. You want to start before coffee. Okay, so you got to have that. Then you can have your smoothie, or you can have your coffee, then your smoothie, or you can have them both at the same freaking time. Get your smoothie in. I say 2 smoothies every single day. Meat, fish, it doesn't matter, meat or fish, there's totally fine. The meat is not the problem, you guys. The meat is not problem. It's sugar, starchy carbohydrates. That's the problem. But the problem with meat is if you are going to eat meat, make sure it is, because of the hormones they put in the meat, they put in growth hormones in the meat, and they put in antibiotics. That goes into the animal. So then what happens is you're ingesting growth hormones, which are going to make you grow and fatten up. Growth hormones not only make the animal fat, they make you fat. So don't consume conventional meat. You would get meat from a butcher or meat from somebody in your area, at a farmer's market. Only like organic or grass-fed or no hormones, things like that. That's the only kind of meat. And then for fish is great. Wild fish is best. So yeah, fish is fantastic. Don't combine meat with a starchy carbohydrate, or don't combine fish with a starchy carbohydrate. You want to have your meat or fish with vegetables or greens. And if you are eating a little bit of lentils, which they really do cause weight gain, or rice or whatever, you have those only with vegetables and greens. Do not mix them together. Quinoa is one that works, is pretty good mixed with anything. No oats, Benita. They will cause weight gain. You can have oats, but they cause weight gain. So I would stay away from oats. Yes. Yeah, you can have like grass-fed beef and have your burgers, just have them on a lettuce wrap or a piece of lettuce or on their own. You don't need to add a bun. No buns, no breads. But that doesn't mean it's forever. If you're wanting to lose weight, you need to bring your body back into better balance and eat more of the healthy foods. Like I say, always one big large salad a day, one or two. Lots and lots and lots of cooked veggies, like lightly cooked veggies, as many as you want. You don't need to worry about portion size if you're eating salads or cooked veggies. If you want the yam, then, you don't eat just yam. You eat yams with veggies and greens or something, right? And fish and meat, but fish and meat would be a bit smaller portion. The biggest portion on your whole plate would be the vegetables and greens. So not just one vegetable at a meal, like people are used to that. Like you would have a salad maybe, and then you have vegetables. Sometimes I have 3 kinds of vegetables, right? Put some good fat on it, like coconut oil or ghee. Don't be afraid to use fats like olive oil, coconut oil, and ghee. Use those nutritional yeast. No wheat tortillas, no wheat at all. Why? Is because wheat is not only causes problems with weight gain, but it's really bad for your gut health. Wheat and gluten, anything like that is really bad for you. Lisa, I have a Where to Start program that just started. So you can still get in. We're doing a video. I'm doing a live video tomorrow night. I'll message you. Yeah, Lisa, I put lots of notes in this group which would be the best place to start. My Where to Start program is the best place to start. It is all about the food. It has tons of information. It is self-study. We're doing it live right now in a Facebook group. I rarely do that, but we are. It's only $97 and you get so much information. You always have access to it. It's on some web pages. You get all the documents, all the videos, recipe videos. And I am doing it live in a Facebook community private where you get to ask me your questions. So I'll send you the link. You guys can join that now because it's going on right now. It's not too late to join because you always have it and it goes on and on. And once you take my Where to Start program, you could do it with us live as many times as you want free again. Okay. So once you do it, you can continually take it with me. Yeah. So I do it live sometimes, and then you can just join in live again. And that's what women are doing now. They're joining in live again who have taken it before. So there's the thing. You can look at that. It's only $97, packed full of information. All right. So is there any other food you guys are confused about? So that was the food. Don't focus too much on protein. Another thing that women do is decrease calories. It's not about decreasing calories. It is about, I put it in the comments, you'll see it. It's not about decreasing calories. It is about eating the right foods, right? More vegetables, more fresh greens, more good fats. And then, like I said, if you personally eat meat, then eat the right kinds of meats. Yeah, all of those things are really bad, Bonita. I have buckwheat wraps that I make myself from buckwheat. You can make, and I have the video on YouTube, Bonita. You can also, I make my own crackers with pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. I give you guys those recipes in my programs. And yeah, so I make my own, all of those types of things. So you get those in my programs, yes. You don't have to worry about calcium. You don't get calcium from milk. Charles Sella, that's your name. Milk does not give you, the calcium in milk will actually pull the calcium from your bones. So milk is acidic. It is mucus forming. It's acidic. It causes like a breakdown in your body. So dairy is really bad for your body. It's okay if you have a little bit of dairy in your coffee, if you're at a coffee shop, but try to stay away from dairy. So almond milk, but then almond milk's processed too, right? So I would say if you just don't use any of that for calcium. What has calcium is vegetables and greens. Okay, vegetables and greens, chia seeds, chia gel, so chia gel that I use all the time. Bok choy, sesame seeds, tempeh, tofu, things like that have calcium. And someone just asked about tofu. Tofu, GMO, non-GMO, organic tofu is your best choice. There's something called tempeh that is a fermented tofu, fermented soy, and that is better. So you can actually, as long as you're not eating too much tofu, then having some tofu every once in a while is totally fine. It is actually really high in calcium. In all my programs, you get lots of recipes, yes. Yes, you do. So, you don't need to decrease your calories. Not drinking enough water. I find this with women too. They're not drinking enough water. And a lot of times I just forget. You have to drink enough water. Otherwise, your body's not going to detoxify. And then eating foods with preservatives. So I want you to read every single label of every product you have in your house. Bottled salad dressings, packaged foods, spices, packaged spices, all of those things. Read the label. What does it say? If it has a whole bunch of names you don't recognize and chemical names, those are toxins. They're chemicals. What happens is when you eat foods with preservatives and junk and all that, flavorings, taco chips, tortilla chips, crackers are brutal. Anything like that, read the ingredients. Those toxins, which are toxins, are chemicals. Even flavorings, natural flavorings is not natural. Those are stored in your body's fat, okay? Your body needs some place to store the things that you eat that it cannot break down. Because your body can't utilize and break down chemicals, because they're not real food, what happens is your body, they're seen as garbage or junk to your body. So your body needs a garbage can for them. And the garbage can is fat. Because when your body stores these toxins or chemicals in your fat tissue, it keeps them away from damaging your organs. So what happens is the more toxins a person takes in from breathing in toxins, whatever, eating preservatives, junk food, packaged food, bottled salad dressings, bottled sauces, all of those, your body can't break it down, so it needs to put them somewhere. It puts them in fat, and that's the safest place for your body to store those chemicals. It can't detoxify fast enough because you're taking in far too many at once. So it stores them in fat, so your body will not release fat if you are eating foods that have those chemicals in them. So the more you eat bottled, packaged, preserves, junk food, packaged food, pre-prepared foods, any of those things, anything that's from a can, package, anything that has these words on them, you don't even know what they are, that stuff that when you take it in, it's being stored in fat. Your body will not release the fat. It needs the fat for a garbage dump. It's not going to take away the garbage dump because you keep putting garbage in you. It needs a place to store it. So when someone does a detox or a water fast or a juice fast, right, they all of a sudden lose weight. What they lose is the fat that's holding the toxins, because their body goes, she's not taking in any more toxins, so we don't need all these garbage cans. So we'll release the garbage cans and the fat, which is the fat. We'll let that go because now she's not eating. We don't need them. We don't need it anymore. So your body flushes all that out. But when you start to eat those things again, your body needs the garbage cans, so it puts on the fat, keeps the fat, and doesn't release the fat. Your body, there's no way it's going to release the fat if you keep eating those foods, because it is keeping you healthy. It is keeping the toxins safe in the fat, away from your organs and your bloodstream. That's what your body does. It's very smart. Okay, so that's a big, huge reason why some women cannot lose weight right now. Number 4 is your body, mind, and spirit not working on all three. Kind of has to do with mindset. Tuna packages, it depends. So you got to read the labels. So don't just read labels, like take everything in your house and read the label. I can buy flaked light tuna and water. That's all that's in it. If your tuna says other things in water, then you want to try something else, okay? Any flavoring in tuna, anything like that probably has natural flavors, asterisk spices, which are flavorings added to make it taste good, which means they're chemical flavors. Okay, they're chemicals. So again, those will be stored in fat. Yes. Huge part of why women hold on to the weight. Huge part. Huge part of it. Like I said, number 4 is body, mind, spirit. That means that you're focused on just the body, but not your mindset. You won't be able to lose the weight. Or your spirit, your soul, not giving time to yourself. Right? So really, it's important that when you go to become healthier and lose weight in midlife, it's a body, mind, spirit thing. Okay? You're working towards health and wellness, not just the pounds. Number 5, we're almost good here. Why you can't lose the weight, or the mistakes that women make, is not putting themselves as a priority. So when you don't put yourself as a priority, and when you keep putting others first, and you keep saying you just have no time, and you don't have time for this, and you can't make this, and you can't do that, and you don't want to do that, you're not going to have success. That's a big, huge mistake that I see, is saying no to yourself over and over and over again. You know, it's not going to do any good, right? So it's about committing and really saying, this is my time. My time. Other people, and that's what I put it, other people get to take care of themselves. Absolutely, positively. You're not taking away from someone else's health by focusing on your health. You're not taking away someone else's happiness by focusing on your happiness. No, you're focusing on your happiness. They get to work on their health. They get to work on their happiness. They get to work on whatever they want to work on. That's their choice. They do not need to rely on you. Okay? So again, by you working on you and taking full responsibility for you and empowering others to do the same for themselves, that's the best way to live. So it's a choice, right? You decide, this is what I'm working on. I really desire this, and it's going to happen, and I'm going to make it happen. And you commit every day. I love that. That's a great little emoji girl. And number 6 is the mistake also is giving up too soon. If your focus is just on the weight, the pounds, if you're on the scale, don't get on the scale. Don't get on the scale. Get off the scale. Don't use scales. None of my clients use scales. Nope. You don't need to know. You don't need to know. You will know when you're losing weight. You will know when your energy's better. You will know when you feel more imbalanced. You will know when you're sleeping better. You will know when your skin is better. You will know all of those things. You don't need a scale to tell you anything, right? So when your focus is just on the pounds, what happens is if you don't lose those pounds, you believe you didn't get results. And you believe that what you're doing isn't working. Eating healthy food is working. Eating more healthy food is getting you results. Positively, 1000%. When you feed and fuel your cells, the nutrients they require, they are getting better. They are working better. They are getting healthier. Sometimes it takes a little while for results to show up because you have not been treating them well, right? And sometimes our body's out of balance in a lot of ways. So just by focusing on the weight, if your stress is really high, you cannot lose weight when you're under consistent stress. So you're going to see that you failed, but it's not failing by eating healthy. It is just that now I need to look at what else might be getting in my way. Stress. I'm consistently stressed. I don't take enough time for me. I worry too much, or I focus on my weight too much. So, and I'm anxious. That will keep the weight on. So when you're continually in fight or flight, anxious, worry, fear, your body holds on to fat because it sees you in danger. It's like, I can't let her lose the fat. This woman needs all that she has right now because she's in danger. Okay? Our body's still very old biologically. It shuts down our digestive system. It blunts hormone production. It decreases our immune system. That's what stress does. It stops the detoxification process in your body. So therefore your digestive system isn't working well. You're not detoxifying like you should. And your immune system is compromised. That's what stress does. And also, it's very hard on your heart. It's hard on every single organ of your body. So stress, keeping that consistent stress in your life is probably one of the most damaging things that you could ever do for your body. Ever. So when people say, oh, I'm just stressed, I'm just like this, there's nothing I can do, I don't know how I can get out of this, blah, 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 blah. Right? That is the worst thing you can do. Yes, you may not be able to, at that moment, quit your job or leave your husband or change the situation. But every single day and every minute of the day, you can work on how you react to the stress and how you think about it. And you can do some deep breathing, and you can do connection to your heart, and you can do some grounding exercises, okay? That is what you can do. So anybody who says, I'm just stressed or anxious all the time, that you have so many things you can do about that. So many things, right? If you have a serious health condition, that's a serious health condition. That's something that's going to take a while. But if you are just like, oh, I'm just stressed and anxious, blah, 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 then it's your responsibility to find out what can I begin to do to decrease that stress, decrease the anxiety, because that is completely 100% reversible, right? Glass of wine, you mean one glass every single night? One glass every single night? It depends on how clean you're eating otherwise, Ken. If you are... So if somebody is eating super clean, I don't think I've had a client who's kept the one glass a night. They haven't. Your body won't crave it. Your body won't really crave it. So when you really change what you eat and you commit to yourself, to your health and to your wellness, and you eat way more greens and way more of that. So if you're having a glass a night, wine a night, you got to ask also, is it because I believe it helps me reduce stress? It's a habit. Is it a habit? If it's a habit, then that is something I do every day because I believe I need it, or I believe it helps me in some way, or I don't think about changing it. If you feel you need it, like you get, and you're like, I need that glass of wine, I need that glass of wine, that's emotional. So then it's not even about, it's about what is the emotion behind it. Why do you need that glass of wine? Using it as a coping mechanism. What am I trying to avoid? What am I trying to calm within myself? What does it mean to me? What does it give me? Like, what does this glass of wine give me every night? Sometimes it's like, it gives me my time, right? This is my present to myself every day. This is my treat. So then what you get to ask yourself is, so that means that my wine is my treat. Like I don't give myself anything else except this glass of wine. So no wonder I want the glass of wine, right? I don't give myself enough. Oh yeah, well, turmeric tea is probably pretty brutal. Yeah, it's more of a ritual. I would go to something like sparkling water with lemon or lime or something. I mean, trying to go to turmeric tea, you can, but that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Go to something that's, put it in a wine glass like sparkling water with a little bit of, you can do some fresh lemon or lime in it, or oranges or something like that. Like something, yeah. I mean, if you're able to go right to a tea, but that's pretty tough. And then what you could do, Kim, is just say, on the weekends I have a couple glasses of wine. During the week, I don't, unless you go out for dinner with a friend, It's not all or nothing. That's the thing. It's not all or nothing. And it's, yeah, like a Friday night. Yeah, it's nice to have a glass of wine on a Friday night. Nothing wrong with it. But if you're addicted to sugar, so if somebody has a real addiction, to sugar, eats a lot of sweets, like really loves sugar, then I would not drink the wine, because to you, the wine is sugar. And then you're just keeping you're probably even in insulin resistance, which there's no way you'll lose weight. And you need to give up sugar completely, okay? So I am from the school of, I'm not the regular health coaches. And it's not about giving up everything. You can, for faster results, yes, give up all the wine. But if you're looking about a lifestyle, I want to eat in a way that feels good to me and I can continue and I won't quit. Then you look at, how can I decrease this? What am I using this for? How much am I drinking? Do I really need it all the time? What can I substitute, right? I posted pictures in this group, Elkesh, that's what I say, about what I eat in a day. Some stuff I drink except lemon water, sparkling water right now. I drink coffee, so I drink coffee. I drink a lot of water. I drink coffee, kombucha. I drink some kombucha. I drink tea, coffee, kombucha, sparkling water. And for alcohol, I drink cider. And I often mix cider with sparkling water. And if I drink wine, I'm not a wine fan, but if I drink wine, my wine is always mixed with water and has an ice cube. I can't drink wine on its own. Yes, insulin resistance, yes. Intermittent fasting is super easy. Oh, you're on a patch. That's really dangerous. I would try to get off that patch. What were you on the patch for? Is that bioidentical or is that synthetic hormones? First of all, Charlize. Sure. Estradiol. Oh yeah, I think that's is that a bioidentical patch or is that a synthetic? Did your regular doctor give it to you or was that a natural doctor? Insulin resistance. So intermittent fasting is just you just don't eat anything at least until 13, 14, 15, 16 hours after you ate the night before. That's all it is. People make intermittent fasting a big, huge, it's not complicated. So if you had your last meal at 6 and you sleep all night and then you start with 13 or 14 hours, getting used to that. And then you try to get up to 16 to 18 hours before you have something to drink. You can still have coffee in the morning, water is something to eat, Sometimes if for intermittent fasting, I will still have a bit of a smoothie in the morning. And then, which some people do, some people don't. I'll have a little bit of a smoothie, but then I won't have any hard food, like regular food till about 1, 2 in the afternoon. Today, I didn't eat, I don't think I do intermittent fasting almost every day. Yeah, your gynecologist, yes. So why did you get on the patch, Charlize? What were the symptoms that you were experiencing that you went on the patch for? I don't count calories while intermittent fasting. I go by my body, Diane. Wisdom of my body. Your body always knows. You're the only one who knows what you need. It's developing that. When you eat healthy consistently, your body becomes very smart and it knows what you want and it knows what you need. And you just listen to your body. So every day I eat different stuff and every day I eat different amounts. Some days I don't eat very much at all. Other days I can't stop eating. So I listen to the wisdom of my body because also my digestive system is kind of sluggish. So some days it's just very slow and sluggish. So I need to not eat very much. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I could eat so much today. Yeah. So there's really, see everybody, the whole counting calories thing, you guys, everybody has different activity levels and needs different calories. And it's just too hard. It's impossible. You can only guess how many calories someone needs, but every day would change, right? Oh, great, Diane. Yeah, every day would change. It's just so crazy. Intermittent fasting is do it the way it feels good to you. Yeah. And if you, don't force yourself to eat if you're not feeling hungry. There's a reason why you're not hungry. Some people's digestion is so fast that they never feel heavy or sluggish, right? So my whole life digestion is since my 20s. That's why I started eating really healthy, because I had so many health problems with digestion. Just like brutal. And insulin resistant is very, very common in midlife, because what happens is lots of the foods you eat in this phase of life are seen more as sugar. So then it's like almost like your body's taking in way more sugar. Plus we get cravings in perimenopause more than ever for sugar and chocolate. So then we tend to eat more of those. So it's when like our insulin levels get spiked too much consistently, then they kind of got stuck. This is such a simplistic way. They kind of get stuck. And what that means is they trigger other hormones and other hormones and other hormones. And basically it's like then the food you eat just goes right to fat, right to fat, right to fat, right to fat. Your body can't process it and put it towards energy. It basically processes it and puts it towards fat. So when you're caught in insulin resistance, and then you crave more sugar. You crave more sugar and more sugar and more sugar and more sugar. And that can include breads, pastas, like things like scones, muffins, crackers, all those simple carbohydrates. Your body just wants a lot of those because it gives it a spike and then it feels really good. It's like getting high. It gets high and then it gets low and you're like, I need my drugs again, because it is a drug. Sugar is highly addictive. So then you need your drug again and then you feel okay. Then when your blood sugar levels go low, it's like, I need my drug. And this happens a lot. That's why you're consistently in that cycle of wanting those foods and being addicted to those foods and not being able to stop eating those foods. And your body continues to put on more fat, more fat, more fat, more fat. And you can't stop it. So most of the really obese people are in insulin resistance. Metabolic disorder, sometimes you'll call it metabolic disorder, because your metabolism is so screwed up. What's OMAD? I don't even know what OMAD is. OMAD. Am I missing something? I don't follow other people. I follow a few people online. Oh, your name is Jackie. I'm so sorry. Jackie, what's OMAD? Oh, you spelled your name backwards. I think you told me that before. I got it. OMAD. You type it in. Must be a delay. Oh, 1 meal a day. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I haven't heard about that. Sometimes I only have 1 meal a day. Sometimes I do. I go with how I feel. I would say the best. So look at you guys and your different names. Bonita, a little bit confusing, but still eat way more vegetables and greens, and just have your cruciferous vegetables cooked more. And you can eat healthy meat and you can eat fish, just not a lot of starchy carbohydrates and no sugar. It's not that confusing, right? 1 meal a day. So I would do that if I was intermittent fasting and I end up eating a really big lunch. And then for dinner, I might not have very much, maybe something very light, like a little salad or something. So it's not quite 1 meal a day, but I don't pay attention to, there's many things you can do to follow. But the thing is if you're in perimenopause or midlife, you need a lot of minerals and trace minerals. So it's more about what you eat. So people who are following 1 meal a day, what are they eating? Like, we don't know. Like, you can eat a big thing of meat and maybe a yam, but that's not containing any of the other ingredients that you need, right? So it's more like the food you're eating. Same with counting calories. Counting calories makes no difference if your calories are crap food. That's why Weight Watchers is so stupid. I don't care how many points a freaking donut is. You should not be eating donuts every day, right? Like, and you should be eating more vegetables and greens, right? So for people to use up their points, one person can eat really healthy food, another person can eat crap food and eat the same points a day. That's just ridiculous. What foods are you eating, right? So look at the foods you're eating and like ask, like, does it have some good fats? Is there minerals? Is there vitamins, essential fatty acids, right? And if you're confused about the food, what you can do is just Google health nutrients of buckwheat, health nutrients of bok choy, right? And they'll give you the breakdown of the nutrients in that food. And then you can tell, oh yeah, well, that food has a lot of vitamins and minerals. That's really good. High in fiber is really, really important. I didn't talk enough about fiber. But when you're eating vegetables, greens, having your smoothies with the full fruit, full vegetables in them, greens, stuff like that, fiber, chia, hemp seeds, high in fiber, quinoa, maybe adding some ground flax. All of those things are very high in fiber. That's where you want to get your fiber from. Celery, 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 celery. Lots of celery, raw celery, celery in your smoothies, celery in a stir fry, celery in your salads, grated carrots, grated beets. Beets are fantastic. Raw, amazing, even cooked, they're good. Grate them in your salads. Beets are extremely good for your digestion, really good. I mean, they got that purple is a cancer fighting ingredient. Yeah, there's so many things that are just really nutritious and you just need to eat really well. Fruit, not a lot of fruit and mostly like organic, but if you're eating in your smoothies mixed with a good fat, mixed with the greens, mixed with chia, mixed with all of the other things in your smoothies, fruit is okay. On its own in midlife, it basically just goes right to fat. So I would not eat fruit like on its own. Maybe a little bit of apple slices with some almonds or apple slices with some almond butter is not that bad. No grapes, mangoes, no grapes. Grapes are super, super high in sugar, you guys. They're just pure sugar. Grapes are better for kids. They run them off. They have energy. They need them for energy. So it depends on kind of grapefruit's okay. Grapefruit. I chop grapefruit up and have it, peel it, chop it up and put it with chia gel. Really, really good. You can mix chopped grapefruit with a bit of chopped orange with chia gel, hemp seeds. That's really good. You can do that. Add blueberries. Really good. Grapefruit, blueberries with some chia gels. Really, really good. You can use whole coconut milk if you want to make more of a yogurt thing. Blend that with some berries. Add some chia gel. Add a little bit of maple syrup maybe. So there you get lots of suggestions in my programs on what to eat, because that's a big part of it, right? If you're eating the right foods, your body's going to better balance itself. You're going to decrease your cravings. You're going to balance the blood sugar levels. Your cravings for things like sugar, the breads, the wines, and all that will decrease. And then also you got to look at, if I'm still craving these crazy things, what emotionally things are those giving me, right? Because then it's a lot of mindset and emotion issues. And that's what we deal with in my longer programs, like my private coaching and my 21 days and my 30-day programs. We deal with a lot of yogurt is not good for me. It's horrible for me. So if you are gluten, what do you want to say? What do I want to say? Dairy intolerant. So I love yogurt. Benita, I love yogurt. Plain yogurt. Flavored yogurt, no. Never, ever consume flavored yogurt. Bad stuff. Tons of sugar. Flavorings, colorings, bad. No good. If you make plain yogurt, and if you make your own yogurt, Benita, and you notice that you don't get bloated, you feel good after eating yogurt, then it's not the bad thing. I feel horrible after eating yogurt. Like terrible. I get bloated. I get mucousy. I get stuffed up. So I just get really bad. Gut problems, really bad. So I can't have any yogurt. But if you do have some yogurt, and it's organic. It's just the plain white yogurt. And then you add chia gel and your own berries to it, and maybe a bit of ground flax, maybe even some hemp seeds or some pumpkin seeds. That's a really good way of having it. So that lactose, yeah, thank you. So yes, if you're having the yogurt, add your own ingredients to it, okay? Can't say it enough. Yes. And you can use the full fat coconut milk, organic. Keep it cold in the fridge. Blend it up in your blender with some frozen berries. Add some chia gel. It will be thicker, almost like a yogurt for those who can't take lactose, okay? All right. Any more questions? This has been fantastic. Thank you so much for, and I do one-on-one coaching. You can get one session with me. You can get 2 sessions with me. They're video calls, and I give you recipes. You can do a 3-session thing, or you can do like one of my one-on-one programs. That is 5 sessions plus web pages. You get all your information you always have forever and ever, and it's all customized to you. So I do that too. So there's many ways you can work with me. Oh, I have a special for the Where to Start program, which is in there. It's $97. You can also do 2 one-on-one sessions with me and the Where to Start program for $297 if you want. And that's a really, really good deal. The best nuts to eat raw, so no roasted, oiled, salted, anything like that. Almonds are probably the best. Pumpkin seeds are the best, actually. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds. Yeah, walnuts. Thank you, Celia. That's so nice. So if you are doing nuts, make sure they're fresh. Keep them in the freezer, even seeds. I keep my pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds in the freezer because they go rancid. Brazil nuts are actually the healthiest, but not many people like them. If you are going to buy Brazil nuts, they are high in selenium. 3 Brazil nuts a day are for your regular dose, the amount of selenium you need. I think that's what it is. Brazil nuts are expensive. Raw Brazil nuts that are not roasted, not salted, get them from a good source. That means usually an organic health food store. Keep them in the freezer or fridge because they go rancid really fast, but they are very healthy for you. And almonds, same thing. Make sure they're from a good source so they haven't been sitting in those bins, which we don't have anymore. But because if they are old, they'll kind of be rancid because nuts and seeds are oily, right? They have oil. The oil makes them go rancid, right? So then they're not healthy for you. And peanuts are not healthy for you, although I love peanut butter and I love peanuts. So I just don't eat a lot of them, right? So just don't eat a lot of peanuts. Cashews are not healthy nuts. They're okay to have some raw cashews, but I would not focus on eating a lot of raw cashews. That's for sure. Okay. All right. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to know anything about my one-on-one, because I have prices for like I said, I have 1 session you can buy. So I have prices that include everything, some with recipes, some without recipes. There's a price that will work for you. My 2-week Where to Start program, that is self-study, but I'm also doing it live in a Facebook group, private Facebook group it just started. You can still get in. It started yesterday. Okay. Oh, Monday. You can still get in. You will always have the information. It is on web pages for you always. And every time I do the program live, like I'm doing it now, you can jump in and do it live again. No extra charge. It's the only program I do that with. So the Where to Start program, it is all about the food. It gives you all the information and recipes on the what to eat, what not to eat, and gives you a lot of recipes. And then there's video recipes. There is videos from me about various things. And yeah, send me an email. Look at my website. I have 2 fantastic giveaways, freebies on my website. 3 keys to midlife weight loss and how to prep and plan to eat healthy all week. Those are free on my website. And I have 800 videos on YouTube even from when I was high raw, when I ate a high raw diet. So way, way, way back, I started 2011 doing videos. I was a raw food chef. So I've been a raw food chef. I opened up a raw and vegan restaurant. I was a chef there for 2 years. And I've been a personal trainer, a yoga instructor, post-rehab conditioning specialist, and studied hormones and nutrition. So yes, so I have, my whole life has kind of led me to doing this type of work. That's why I work with women. And that's why I'm so passionate, because you are different in midlife. Things need to be different, including exercise. Okay. Exercise is a big difference, actually. Okay. So much love to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And invite your friends to this group. If you think that other people will really like this information, invite them to the group. Let them know about me. Send them to my YouTube channel too. And yeah, that's all. So great to tune in. So nice to have this chat. And if you want to suggest other topics for videos, post them in a group, post them in the comments. And I love to hear what you guys want to hear me do videos on next. Okay, bye-bye.